Okay, good morning, and thank you for joining us on this, another beautiful Arizona day for this special event. This is an exciting time to be connected in any way to the Milwaukee Brewers. Fans, players, and staff are all encouraged by what is happening in the clubhouse and on the field with a young and exciting team on the rise. Miller Park continues to be what we believe one of the best fan experiences in baseball, with improvements every year that keep it state of the art. And today, we officially break ground on a new home for our Arizona operations, a spectacular renovation to this complex right here in Phoenix's Maryvale. The project is a true partnership with the Brewers, the City of Phoenix, and the Arizona Sports Tourism Authority, all making significant investments in the future of the Milwaukee Brewers in Arizona. We're going to hear from several of the partners in this project in just a moment, but before we do, I want to recognize a number of the key stakeholders who are contributing to make this a reality. First, from the Brewers, Chief Operating Officer Rick Schlesinger, General Manager David Stearns, and Manager Craig Counsell. Also here, former Brewers executive Bob Quinn and consultant John Cactus, who work closely with city officials to put this public-private partnership in place. From the City of Phoenix, District 5 City Councilman Daniel Valenzuela. Councilman Valenzuela, whose district includes the Maryvale area, worked tirelessly to put this effort together, this project together. We thank him and the many other public officials who supported the effort, including from District 7, Michael Nowakowski, he is here, so thank you for coming. Also from the City of Phoenix, City Manager Ed Zerker, Assistant Manager Milton Dehoney, and Special Projects Manager Jeremy Legg. In addition, we want to thank Inger Erickson, Tim Merritt, Chris Parks, Chris Shaheen, and their staff members. Many from this group have spent the better part of 20 seasons, 20 years managing this facility for the city, and we appreciate their efforts. From Grand Canyon University, President Brian Mueller. As a side note, President Mueller and the university will be partnering with the Brewers on a learning lounge in the new ballpark, new facility, a place for area kids to receive free tutoring from GCU students year-round. Representing the Arizona Sports and Tourism Authority, Maria Beyer. From the John F. Long Foundation, Jacob F. Long. From International Facilities Group, Phil Couture. HKS, the architects for the project, are represented today by Mo Stein and Fred Ortiz. And on the contractor side, please welcome Ben Getter from Mortensen, and from Delaware North, Tom Olson. And our neighbors and the community partner from Borman Elementary School, Derek Etheridge. And from Maryvale Revitalization Corporation, Jeff Armour and Carol Harder. Now to hear more about this partnership product, please join me in welcoming District 5 City Councilman Daniel Valenzuela. Mr. Valenzuela.
Wow. Yeah, it's really exciting to be here. It's exciting to be with all of you. And all the names that you spoke of, everyone has really put their heart in, not only into this project, but in this community. It's exciting to be the council member for this particular district. I grew up in this area. I was born and raised in the city of Phoenix. And like a lot of these Maryvale kids, this is a special day, not just for our city, but for our neighborhood. You see, we were Brewers fans before we were D-backs fans. Kind of opposite of Craig Counsell. From one incredible baseball mind to the next. I'm totally joking about that. Speaking of Craig Counsell, how cool is it to have, he'll always be one of ours, in Craig Counsell and managing the ball club and this blue-collar ball club that belongs in this blue-collar neighborhood. You know, we are diehard Diamondbacks fans, you know, and I remember the first time we were sitting with the ASTA board, and we have a true champion and Maria Beyer, who's leading that board. And, John Cactus and I and Bob Quinn, all of us were sitting together, and the look on Bob Quinn's face when I said, listen, the Brewers will be vying for second place every year behind the Diamondbacks. And he just looks over like, you wanted to give me a punch there. But, this really is exciting. I'll tell you, for those of us who grew up in the area, we know all the tricks to this particular stadium. We know that the best seating, although there are a couple of box seats here, the best seating is right onto the lawn here. We know the secret 95% of the attendees will come through gate A, so the key is to walk through these areas near the concession stand that each of us have walked through to get here. You don't want to leave here without having a Groucho. Don't knock it, The best nachos you'd ever have. That's what it is to be a Brewers fan right here in Maryvale. It's an incredible place. Now, to have an opportunity to have a world-class renovation and having people like Mo Stein having his fingerprints on this thing, but a world-class renovation, it's nothing less than what the people of Maryvale deserve. And, Jake Long and the John F. Long family, it's your vision and what you set out. It's people like you that have paved the way for kids like me to grow up and to continue to want to give back. Maryvale is a special, special place. People may not realize that this is a place where probably more first responders come out of than any other part of the valley. And I'm also a firefighter, but I'm not alone. I'll tell you. In fact, today, the city of Phoenix, the 5th largest city in the country, has a police chief and a fire chief, both women, by the way, from the same class from Maryvale High School. And their predecessors, Chief Yonner, former police chief Yonner, and Bobby Kahn, former fire, they were also Maryvale kids. I think that if you were to go home and talk with your children's school teachers, in fact, the next time you have a parent-teacher conference, get to know their teacher, your kid's teacher. There's a good chance that teacher came from Maryvale. It's a place that inspires Hollywood, underwater parts. You may remember the Carl Hayden kids that beat MIT. Maryvale kids. Those kids came from Carl Hayden High School. Place that inspires the Grammys. It's a place where gold medalists are born. Henry Cejudo is an example. A GCU grad and a Maryvale product. It's a very special place, and every one of those people, like the John F. Long family and like the Brewers, everyone continues to come back and to give back and to make this a better place. So that's what Maryvale is all about. It is I'm proud to say it's the second home to the Milwaukee Brewers, an organization that has made Maryvale a better place way before this agreement. We're talking years and years and years of commitment to the people of this community, years and years of putting on fireworks shows and putting major funding into water safety programs, like the Cool Kids program that continues, funding into clinics, baseball clinics for our youth, and now with another great partner, and I think one of the greatest education leaders of our time, in Brian Mueller and GCU, a learning lounge, an opportunity to encourage our students to give back to the next generation, and that will be cyclical. That would continue. With that learning lounge, getting the Maryvale kids here an opportunity to succeed and to compete for 21st century jobs. And that's what it's all about. That's what this partnership signifies to me. Now, as a Maryvale kid, that's what it means. Now, I'll tell you, as a policymaker, this makes sense. 6 out of 10 fans who come out for a spring training game come from out of state. More than $500 million every year in economic impact. These are people that are staying in our hotels, they're dining in our restaurants, think of the tax revenue that comes of that, which in turn helps to keep our roads paved and safe. Funding that goes into our parks and our libraries and keeping more police officers on the street and firefighters rolling in fire trucks. That's what the Cactus League is all about. So it makes total sense from a policymaker's perspective. This makes sense. But I will tell you, as a product, and as someone who has seen countless games in that lawn behind me, I mean, this is what it's all about. It all comes together. Doesn't surprise me that the audience and the people making this work are as such, are the people that are here. So again, thank you so much for believing in this place. Thank you for continuing to contribute, and thank you for continuing to move us forward. And Bob, thank you. The Brewers had some, and I don't know if it'll be talked about today, but I can talk about this because it did take a lot of work. But the Brewers had several opportunities here within the state and certainly outside of the state to move the organization. Many opportunities, and Bob Quinn, without a doubt, always came to the table with John Cactus, but always came to the table trying to figure out a way to continue to invest in this community. And for that, I'm a lifelong fan. I've always been a lifelong fan, but you know, I'm a fan of the organization, the way you go about your business, the way you invest in the community. So thank you so much. I want to thank the Brewers. I want to thank our city staff, and go Brew Crew. All right.
Thank you, Councilman Valenzuela. We look forward to a continued partnership with the city and appreciate how you and your colleagues set a vision for how a partnership between a city and a team can benefit everyone involved. As everyone knows here, the Brewers have called Maryvale home for 2 decades. The team is committed to a long-term future here in Maryvale. And here to tell us more about the vision for this project is Brewers Chief Operating Officer, Rick Schlesinger. Rick?
Thanks, Bill. It's a pretty big day, obviously, for the organization. We have committed to being here for another 25 years and hopefully beyond that. A lot of people deserve a lot of credit for this day and for what we're about to see in this vision. Councilman Valenzuela, tireless leadership, worked with us, helped navigate us through all the waters of City Council to make it happen. Bob Quinn obviously worked. I know I sat next to Bob for a long time, and I know he worked tirelessly to make this happen. And it took a lot of effort, a lot of strategic thinking, and a lot of vision and creativity on the part of Bob Quinn. So Bob's vision is going to be part of this facility. We've been in Maryvale since 1998. We'll be here for a total of 45 years and beyond. Our vision for this project is really threefold. First of all, a world-class facility for our Arizona operations. This is not a 6-week gig for the Milwaukee Brewers. This is a year-round facility that we're going to use all the time. We're going to double the square footage of our facilities. We're going to have state-of-the-art facilities. It's going to be a model, we think, for spring training and Arizona operations. And we're very excited with our partnership with Mortensen, HKS, to make that vision a reality. Improved fan experience. Councilman Valenzuela talked about the intricacies of getting into the ballpark, but he will be happy to know that the home plate gate is our main gate. It's going to be a much more accessible facility. It's going to be an immersion for fans who come and park here. We're going to be able to experience and see what the Brewers are doing as they walk into the ballpark. They're going to go by agility fields. They're going to be able to traverse through some minor league fields, so they're going to get a true baseball experience. From the minute they park here until the minute they leave, they're going to be immersed in baseball, and it's going to be very exciting. We're going to have wider concourses, new concession areas, a brand new scoreboard that will work and be operable, which is important for everybody, including Bob Euchre. And really, that's phase one. And we're always going to be looking to invest in this facility. This is our home for a long time, and we're going to want to keep it state-of-the-art and also always keep it fan-friendly. Third, partnership with this great community. Obviously, we're an important part of this community. We have grown up in Maryvale. Grand Canyon University, which is just a stone's throw from here, is going to partner with us, as Councilman Valenzuela and Bill Schroeder mentioned, with our Learning Lounge. Thad McGrew, who is our Community Relations and Government Affairs guru down here, is going to make sure that that is just the tip of the iceberg. We're going to immerse ourselves in the charitable foundations and immerse ourselves in the community relations in this community. We want to give back. We know that the state and the city have contributed to this facility, and we owe this community a debt that we're going to repay all the time. We are very excited to be here. This is our home, and appreciate all the efforts from all of the public officials, both here and who are not here, who helped make this a reality. And this is a great example of a business community, public officials, and the Brewers working together to turn a vision into reality. And 10 months from now, if Mortensen gets this done on time, we'll have an opportunity to really see that vision. No pressure. Your reputation and fees are on the line, but we have every confidence. We have a great team of professionals. Again, a merger of tremendous assets, public assets, private assets, human assets, to make this a great facility. Thank you.
Thanks, Rick. Our last speaker today, the guy with all the pressure on him, built a team to take ideas from the Brewers and the city and give them life. HKS has served as architect for many of today's best sports and entertainment facilities, ranging from highly anticipated Rams-Chargers Stadium in Los Angeles, the U.S. Bank Super Bowl Stadium in Minneapolis, to Salt River Fields across the valley. To tell us a little bit about the vision for this facility, please join me in welcoming HKS Principal Mo Stein.
Good morning. All I can say is, isn't this amazing? What a great day. What a great day to be associated with baseball and Phoenix and the Brewers and all of everybody who's here who have brought this together. I got to tell you, it's special for me. It's really special. And I was thinking, I was joking around this morning. I said I prepared like 3 different messages for today, and I'd figure out which one to say when I got up here. But what I really want to say to everyone is we are very fortunate. We're very fortunate for a lot of reasons, because we get to do things that we love, and very few people can say that. And we love being part of baseball. We love being part of great teams, and this is one. A lot of partnership. It's important to the way we work. We get to spend, you heard, we get to spend a lot of time around sports. I personally get to spend a lot of time around baseball. And I can tell you that I know when something is special, and I know when something is a project. This is a very special opportunity. There are a lot of people who have heart and who have caring into this, from the team, from this community, from the community leadership that is incredibly well represented here, and the community. And this project will bring all of that together in a way that, you know, Danny and I were talking earlier, and he actually used the word I was going to use. You know, he called it magic. You know when there's magic, and there's magic here around this project. I can tell you that. Now, a lot of times, the purpose of architecture is to spark that magic, right? Sometimes it's even better when you can pick up on it, and you can deliver it, and you can expand it, and you can create it in a way that people really didn't expect. And I think that's what's really happening here, is that special moment that we will have. We have been so fortunate to put this all together and to be part of that vision and to create something that is, as I like to say, when you're all said and done, if you have been able to connect people and place and bold ideas, then you've got something that's magical, and I think that's what's going to happen here. So I will tell you, on the personal side, Danny talked about his experiences. When we were kids, I grew up here too. I was born and raised in Phoenix. One of those rare people that you don't think exist. I'm one of them. But when we looked for something to do, when we grew up at 11th Avenue and Missouri, when we needed something special to do, Mom would take us to Maryvale Park, where we would have birthday parties and events and swimming and activities. And I can tell you, I can picture the cakewalks, and I can't tell you exactly why, because nobody in my studio would know what the hell I was talking about. But that's what we did in Maryvale, and it was fun. And it was the place that we looked forward to going, is can we go to Maryvale and play today? I remember like yesterday. So for a kid like me to be able to make that kind of recommitment back into this community is incredibly, incredibly special. Rick, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. We're going to be done in 10 months. There is a little stress, and I can tell you there's a lot of people working at the office right now trying to hit a deadline on Friday that we cannot miss. So that you all know, we basically started in October, and we are going to start construction on Friday this week, for sure. We are ready to go, and we will finish. There are a whole lot of people who are making all that happen, and I'm only one, and I'm the lucky guy who gets to stand up. But Fred Ortiz, our designer here, who is simply the best designer on the planet when it comes to sports, and is part of my team, and we get to do all sorts of really fun stuff together. And all the folks who are not here, who are working really hard today to get ready for what's going to happen right now. You know, if you put your arms out like this, and if you're looking this way, everything in front of you is going to be pretty much the way you see it. It's going to be cleaned up a little bit. The new scoreboard is going to be very, very similar. The beautiful green grass and the playing facility will be there. But everything behind you, not from me, but from you, if you did this, everything is gone. We are going to recreate a baseball experience that's second to none. And we're going to do that by what I think is the most important element, which is creating a place that's appropriate for the players and the baseball operations, a place that the fans will love and want to be part of. And if you come to 5 games or 25 games, you're going to have 5 or 25 experiences. Every day will be different. And the reason is you don't know what's going to happen. You might run into a player, you might run into a fan, you might run into a Hall of Famer, right? You don't know. But when you get here, it's going to be a special day, and it's going to be a special opportunity. And for this community, this is a community that I respect. It's a community that deserves a place like this ballpark will be, and we're going to recreate that with literally right behind you. This home plate entry will be brand new. You'll have a great way. I mean, baseball, you should enter a ballpark at home plate, right? You can do other places too, but you got to have a home plate entry. But out behind you is a 25 or almost 26,000 square foot plaza that frankly doesn't exist in Maryvale. It's a place for the community to come together and have events and social activities and community affairs. Could be a start of a race, could be the fireworks show, it could be a festival, but you're going to have a place to do it. And behind it, there's 400 parking spaces, all new, all on 53rd Avenue that frankly aren't right there now. That's going to be a special deal. And we're really proud of that. So you can tell we're excited. We know you're going to be excited. Watch us work, right? Come out here during the summer because there will be walls up faster than you believe. And we will complete this, and we'll be playing baseball in an unbelievable renovated Maryvale ballpark come next spring. So on behalf of my team, my office here, my team from all over the country, our consultants who are here, who are all working really hard, thank you to Bob and to Rick for this incredible opportunity and allowing us to be part of your team. And we look forward to seeing you all here when we cut the ribbon and move in next year. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Mo. All right, now it's time to officially get the work going. I'm going to ask the dignitaries to come up, stand behind the boxes, and if you're right behind me, please don't hit me with any dirt. Okay, let's dig.